Here we have a new 2023 Hyundai Sonata SEL. This one comes in onyx black on black cloth interior. And the powertrain consists of a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder smart stream engine mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now as we come around to the front end here, these LED lights do not flash, that's just how the camera's picking them up. But we do have LED daytime running lights along with LED headlamps. And love the front styling since they've redesigned the Sonata. Just a really good look there. And down here, these are going to be 17-inch aluminum wheels. We get passive keyless entry on the front here. And here we have the controls for the one-touch up and down power driver window and front passenger. And then we just have power rear windows, regular in the back. We can lock the rear windows there, power door lock controls there, power mirror controls. Love how they have that little space there, and then a pretty good size mat pocket there. We can fit a small bottle in there. You can adjust the brightness of the gauge cluster here, toggle that lane departure there, pop the trunk, traction control, electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down to disengage. And here we have our power driver seat with power lumbar support. Well, let's check out this leg room when I have the seat in front of me adjusted for someone of my size. So pretty good there. I'm 6'3". Like I said, it's adjusted for my size. And then my knees have about a centimeter between touching the back of the seat. So really impressive there. Actually, when I scoot all the way back, I have an inch or two. Now the center seat folds down, cup holders there. And I do like that we have the grab bars with the clothes hangers there. We can put 2 or 3 on there. Then we have a pocket behind the passenger seat. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at this window sticker. So something happened there, but LED headlights, a lot of standard features here. Let's just get right to the sticker price. Only $29,030. Fuel economy numbers there. But let's go ahead and pop the trunk. And before we do that, fuel cap there. And then really good sized trunk space here. Love having the cargo net. And then we can even fold down the second row, and I'll show you all that in a moment. And there's a back end there. The actual tail lamps are going to be LED. They don't flash like that. That's just the camera again. But I love that signature look for the Sonata. And then once you have the seat there, you can just pull that and it'll fold flat when the seat is up far enough. And there's your space there. Then here we have our manual front passenger seat, and this is also going to be 6-way, so we can adjust the seat bottom, move it back and forth, and the seat back there. And then glove compartment here, owner's manuals. Now I like that we have a little pocket on the side here to just lay your phone or whatever small stuff you want to hide. Oh, sorry, bro. Let's go ahead and take a look at the engine bay. And there's that 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. Let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So we get a nice vinyl wrap steering wheel here with that signature Hyundai design. And then over here to the radio, we do get our navigation here. And we also get our AM, FM, XM radio along with Bluetooth audio and Apple CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility as well. And we even have the HD radio if you want to make sure you're able to get that where it's available. And then we can pull up our climate controls here and actually adjust using the 2 knobs here. So dual zone automatic climate, we do have 3 stages of auto. So if you want the fan speed at medium, low, or high to get to that temperature you want, you can do that, which I really like having. We can toggle the sync there. And what I really like about this is you can actually toggle the sync and then the auto as well. But if you want to just put the fan speed down, you can do that up and down. Same thing with the 3-stage heated seats. So I just like how they did that. And you can actually go back and forth here too, which is neat. So just really smart what they did with the buttons and knobs there. There's our backup camera. Guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. And we do have a regular volume knob. You can power that down. And then we have our seek. And then other shortcuts over here, including the setup. And when we go into setup, we can actually go through our settings depending on what you're wanting to mess with there. AC vents, hazards, 12 volt down there, USB port for your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and then you have a USB fast charge port there. Love all the space that's right here. You can lay your phone, keys, all of that in here. And then the shifter is kind of like its own little thing. So you press P for park, R for reverse, N for neutral, D for drive. And you have cup holders there and just a perfect size slot to fit your phone in. And then you have your drive modes here. So you get custom, which you can set up sport, normal, then smart mode. Then you have automatic brake hold you can toggle there. Center console cubby space is pretty generous for a 4-door sedan. Don't like the dome lights though, but that's fine. Especially for this price when you get so much more. Voice recognition, Bluetooth controls here, volume, mute, toggle your track list or radio station presets here, and then go between whatever you have set up under your mode. So you can set up Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sounds of Nature, USB, FM, AM. And I just like that you can customize all of your shortcuts instead of having to go with whatever the manufacturer told you you had to do. Cruise controls, gap adjust for your forward collision, lane centering, and then use this. And then these arrows here and the OK button to go through your gauge cluster. So not a ton of options there, but enough. And there's your push button start. And here we have the key fob with remote start. So next we're going to go ahead and take this 2023 Hyundai Sonata SEL out on the road for a quick test drive. So I love the smart mode that Hyundai has, and based on your throttle response you can go from either eco to normal to dynamic, with that being more of a sport mode. So depending on how you put your foot down kind of determines what drive mode you're in. So we're in normal now. And then as I let off the pedal, and kind of mellow out a little bit, it should put me in that eco mode. There it is there. So I really like that. And it just makes it easier to differentiate. So when I put my foot down, you have the normal mode there, and then I can always toggle into my sport mode manually. So I can't remember if I said that this had a selectable 8-speed, because it does have the 8-speed like a lot of the other Hyundais, including the Tucson, the Palisade, but this one is not shiftable, but it is a traditional automatic, which is nice. And you really get that upfront grunt from the engine as you put your foot just slightly into the pedal in this sport mode. And just a really good driving car. I like all the dynamics. The brake pedal feels good, the steering feel is nice, the gas pedal response is phenomenal, especially in sport mode, to be a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, even though it's a 2.5 liter. And relatively quiet in the cabin. Now you get a little bit of grunt as you get higher in the RPMs, just a little throaty, but in sport mode especially, it's kind of fun. I'm gonna put it back into smart mode now. And there it is, it finally went into the sport mode while in smart. But pretty good ride coming down the interstate there. And one thing I do like about this car, it's just really easy to maneuver. It just feels like, it's almost a sports car like feel, but it's not. It's like a really, really good driving Hyundai. But just how the steering wheel's set up, it really makes it easy to kind of put down what you want to do based on the steering feel and just how you grip it. And I like, even in smart mode, I was able to take off how I wanted to just based on my throttle response. But then if I put my foot to the floor, I can start going into that sport mode. So really, as I come to the end of this test drive, I like the Sonata still around. Hopefully Hyundai keeps it, because this is one of the better driving cars, the more efficient cars, the cars that make sense. And as Chevy tries to get rid of their cars, Ford, I don't even know if they have any more four-door cars, just everybody's trying to limit the mid-size four-door, except of course the Accord and the Camry. And the Sonata's still a fantastic option if you don't want to go towards either one of those, because they're just so... Basically, Honda and Toyota have taken over the four-door car market because they just make really good cars, and everybody else is trying to get out, I guess, for the profit margins or whatever. But this is still a really good option for the money. And people like me, I don't want an SUV. I want a car. I want something low to the ground, somewhat agile, something that gets really good economy numbers. I don't need an SUV. So I'm glad that Hyundai still has the Elantra, the Sonata. But with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of the new 2023 Hyundai Sonata SEL.